Apple is quietly planning a move that will completely disrupt the budget PC market, and nobody is talking about the real reason why it is happening. We are tracking massive leaks about a brand new desktop machine called the Mac Neo. Now, I know some of the internet skeptics are already losing their minds, saying Cupertino would never build a $399 desktop computer because everyone wants laptops. But let's look at what is actually happening behind the scenes at TSMC and inside Apple's balance sheets. When Apple shifted the Mac Mini up to an elevated price point on the newer models, they deliberately left a massive pricing vacuum right underneath it. A budget desktop running an A19 Pro chip with 12 gigabytes of unified memory makes perfect strategic sense right now. The real play here isn't even about hardware margins. Mark Gurman has been beating the drum on services revenue for months, and this is how Apple scales it globally. Think about massive growth markets outside the United States like India, Mexico, and China. A sub-$400 entry point gets millions of new users hooked into the Apple ecosystem, buying iCloud storage, subscribing to Apple TV Plus, and locked into their services machine. Everyone arguing that buyers will get hit by the Apple tax because they need to buy a $1,600 studio display is completely missing the technical reality. DG Times reports that this entry-level machine is hardware capped to output at 4K resolution maximum. It is built specifically for people who already own a standard monitor, a mechanical keyboard, and a mouse. Millions of Windows PC users are sitting on aging setups right now, and this is the ultimate Trojan horse to convert them. My supply chain contacts are even hinting at a longer-term play where Apple combines this form factor directly with the Apple TV box, selling an upgraded version with dedicated media ports for an extra $100. It minimizes production costs while scaling their market share. If Cupertino drops a desktop machine for $399, are you picking one up just to have it around the house? Drop a comment below because I absolutely would. Switching gears to the upcoming WWDC event, the professional consensus is shifting and is honestly a massive reality check for anyone hoping to see new Mac hardware next month. Apple Insider just put out a report warning everyone to keep their expectations completely in check. Look, I know WWDC is traditionally a software conference, but Apple has historically dropped heavy iron on stage when it fits their pipeline. If you look at the track record from the last decade, we have had 4 events with major Mac reveals and 7 without. So the historical precedent is absolutely there. The real issue stopping Cupertino from pulling the trigger right now is the persistent global chip shortage alongside skyrocketing component pricing. I just tracked recent SSD supply data showing absolutely insane price spikes, like $800 wholesale for a single terabyte or $2,500 for an 8 terabyte drive. It is pure economic friction. Even if Apple wanted to shock the world with an early look at a touchscreen MacBook Pro or an updated Mac Studio, the display layers and specialized silicon are simply not ready for mass deployment. The market demand for lower-cost Apple hardware is already being proven by the massive success of the existing MacBook Neo lineup. We just got a massive validation indicator from the educational sector out of the Midwest. The ELEC and Local Tech Briefs report that Kansas City public schools are completely dumping over 30,000 Windows laptops and Chromebooks to go completely all in on the Apple ecosystem. They have already procured over 4,500 MacBook Neos for their 8th grade students and above, while the younger classes are soaking up the remaining iPad and MacBook Air inventory. School districts have historically stuck to cheap Chrome hardware because of tight budgets. But the aggressive $500 price tier of the MacBook Neo completely changes the math for enterprise and educational buyers. If you're holding out for the heavily redesigned MacBook Pro featuring a next-generation OLED display, we just got a massive update from the display panel supply chain. Mac Rumors highlighted a major manufacturing breakthrough coming out of Asia. Samsung Display has officially cracked a 90% production yield on its new Gen 8.6 OLED manufacturing line. In the display industry, hitting 95% is considered the golden yield territory for ultra-stable mass production, so they are right on the cusp of scaling up. Reports indicate Samsung could start shipping these advanced OLED laptop panels to the assembly lines as early as next month. But don't expect a sudden surprise launch. The initial production run is estimated at only 2 million units per year. If you look at those volume numbers, it is highly likely that Apple will restrict this breathtaking OLED display to an ultra-premium tier initially, rather than spreading it across the entire baseline. Mark Gurman keeps reiterating that a full commercial launch for these 14 and 16-inch OLED MacBook Pros is firmly slated for late next year, or even slipping into the following year due to processor allocation struggles. I will believe it when I see it on retail shelves, but the tech is finally moving. On the mobile side, the rumor mill is spinning fast around the foldable iPhone project, which inside sources claim is hitting a major wall. Instant Digital posted a leak over on Weibo stating that trial assembly lines for the highly anticipated folding device, which might be called the iPhone Ultra, have completely stalled out. The engineering roadblock centers entirely around hinge reliability under high-frequency wear and tear. Apple's internal quality control standards require the mechanical hinge to survive prolonged opening and closing cycles without a single millimeter of panel distortion or structural play. The leaker claims Cupertino is treating this mechanical wear issue with absolute zero-tolerance perfectionism. If the hinge doesn't meet the metric, the entire project stays locked in development limbo. Meanwhile, Google is trying to leapfrog Apple's smart glasses timeline entirely. Reports show Google is launching their first AI-powered smart glasses this upcoming fall, and they're building in native iPhone compatibility right out of the gate. They are partnering up with Samsung for the hardware architecture, alongside fashion eyewear brands like Warby Parker and Gentle Monster, to deliver a clean design that looks like normal style frames. These glasses will run on the Android XR platform and feature integrated cameras, directional speakers, and microphones. But notice there is no actual display lens here. It is an audio-first AI experience heavily mimicking the Meta form factor. The big selling point is Deep Gemini AI integration. Users can tap the frame to trigger the assistant for complex tasks like pulling real-time restaurant reviews based on what they are looking at, handling step-by-step pedestrian navigation, translating live speech on the fly, or even executing multi-step voice commands through DoorDash on your connected smartphone. Since Apple's own augmented reality spectacles are arguably still over a year away from seeing the light of day, would you actually consider rocking a pair of Google Smart Glasses if they offer seamless integration with your daily driver iPhone? We are also getting an incredible look at how iOS 27 is going to fundamentally change our relationship with Siri through advanced on-screen awareness. A major leak detailed by Mac Rumors shows that the incoming software update is introducing deep natural language support for system-wide voice control. Instead of having to memorize exact UI labels or technical app descriptions, the machine learning models will understand casual personal context. You will literally be able to tell your phone to tap the purple folder inside the Files app or open the specific restaurant guide you were just looking at in Apple Maps, and it will execute the click flawlessly. It sounds like Cupertino is casually deploying true agentic AI features directly onto our local hardware. To balance out the privacy concerns of these deep system permissions, iOS 27 is also bringing a dedicated Siri app that features a strict auto-deleting conversation history option. According to supply chain analysts, you'll be able to hard-code your privacy settings to completely wipe your AI interactions after 30 days, 1 year, or keep a clean slate every single time you exit the screen. Interestingly, Apple is reportedly labeling this entire system as a beta version at launch, after recently settling a massive multi-million-dollar class action lawsuit over delayed features. The company is clearly using the beta tag as a massive legal shield while they stabilize the back-end neural networks.